Have you ever had a parenting memory pop up in your head out of nowhere and instantly wish you could go back and handle it differently? Maybe it was something you said when you were overwhelmed. Maybe it was a moment you missed. Maybe it was a whole season where you were stretched thin and you were just trying to get through the day. And even now, years later, it can still bring that tight feeling in your chest. You've been carrying that for a long time, and that's okay. Not because regret feels good, but because this is something almost every loving, invested parent quietly wrestles with. Today, we're not digging up the past to judge it. We're sitting with it to understand why it still lingers and start loosening the grip of parenting guilt together. And that's okay. Welcome to And That's Okay, the podcast where we explore the ups and downs of life and remind ourselves that whatever we're feeling, it's for a reason, and that's okay. I'm Lisa Renee Scott, your host and a passionate believer that every feeling matters and every step forward counts. Each week, we'll dive into real-life challenges, share relatable experiences, and uncover simple, actionable steps to help you navigate it all. So let's take a deep breath, lean in, and get started. There's something nobody really tells us about parenting. When our kids are little, we're in motion all the time. Packing lunches, finding shoes, answering questions, solving problems, getting everyone through the day. We don't have much space to reflect. We're just doing the best we can in real time. But later, when they're older, when we're older, when the house is quiet, when we finally have room to think, that's when the replay starts. And it's interesting what our minds choose to replay. Not the thousands of ordinary, loving moments, not the bedtime routines, not the rides to practice or the small traditions that quietly built a connection. Our minds pull up the sharp moments. The day we lost our patience. The time we didn't notice something sooner. A season when we were overwhelmed and not as present as we wanted to be. We take those moments and hold them up like evidence, proof that we didn't get it right. And that's okay because our kids didn't experience us in isolated clips. They experienced a whole childhood made of patterns, not just moments. Picture this with me. You're exhausted. Your child is upset. You react in frustration and your voice is louder than you meant it to be. You see their face change and instantly feel that drop in your stomach. You wish you could rewind. That memory sticks with you for years. But your child's memory of you is layered. They remember the nights you sat with them when they were sick, the times you showed up when you were tired, the ordinary days that felt safe and steady, the way you kept trying to understand them as they grew and changed. We freeze frame our hardest moments. And our kids often remember the overall feeling of being loved, and that bigger picture matters more than we think. And here's another piece that can be hard to hold. Our children's lives were never shaped by us alone. Their personality, their friendships, their experiences outside our home, their own choices and paths. We mattered deeply. We influenced. We loved, but we were never in complete control, even when guilt tries to convince us we are. Let's gently turn the question around. Instead of asking, where did I fall short? What if we asked, where did I keep showing up even when it was hard? Think about that for a moment. The mornings that you got everyone up and out the door, the meals you made, the rides you gave, the nights you stayed up worrying, the times you tried again and again, trying to get it right. Love and parenting isn't measured by never making mistakes. It's measured by presence, effort, and care over time. If you're realizing that you've been holding on to a detailed record of your hardest, moments while barely acknowledging everything you gave, that awareness is tender. And that's okay. Let's bring this into small, meaningful action steps. 1. Revisit one memory. Then widen the frame. Write down one parenting moment you still feel bad about. Then underneath it, write, what else was true about my life during that season? Were you exhausted, working long hours, caring for someone else, struggling in ways no one saw? Guilt zooms in tight on one moment, where context allows you to zoom back out and remind you that you are a whole person doing the best you could in a complicated season. Action step 2, make one simple present day connection. Reach out to your child this week, no matter their age, with something steady and simple, like, hey, I was thinking about you today. I love you, and I'm always here if you need me. No heavy conversation required. This helps shift your focus from what you can't redo to the relationship and what you still can nurture right now. Step 3, gently update the script in your mind. When the thought shows up, I didn't do enough, or I messed that up, try following up with, I did many things with love and I kept showing up. You're not pretending everything was perfect. You're telling the fuller truth. Repeating this helps your brain stop replaying only the painful highlights. Step 4, talk to yourself like you would another parent. Imagine a friend sharing the same parenting regret that you carry. You wouldn't tell them that they ruined everything. You would remind them how much they cared and how hard they tried. You already know how to be compassionate. So turning some of that compassion toward yourself is a powerful step. Parenting guilt has a way of convincing us that our mistakes were the headline of our child's life. But most childhoods are built from thousands of ordinary, loving, imperfect days all strung together. You were there more than you remember. You cared more than you give yourself credit for. You loved in ways that mattered, even when it wasn't flawless. You can wish some moments had gone differently and still believe overall that you did enough. If setting down that guilt feels hard right now, or if you're only allowed to loosen your grip a tiny bit today instead of letting go of it completely, that's okay. Sometimes we don't drop all the weight at once. Sometimes we set it down slowly, inch by inch. Today can just be the first inch, and that's okay. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of And That's Okay. I hope our conversation left you encouraged and equipped with practical steps you can start using in your own life. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who might need this message. And if you're loving the podcast, you'll definitely want to grab a copy of my book, And That's Okay. It's available on Amazon or through my website. Just check the link in my bio or the captions of this episode. For daily inspiration, reflections, and more tools to support your growth, come connect with me on social media. I'd love to hear how you're applying these steps in your own life. Before we wrap up, I want to remind you that I'm not a licensed doctor or therapist. I'm simply sharing experiences and insights that have helped me and others like me along the way. Remember, whatever you're feeling or going through, you have feelings, and that's okay.